President John Mahama has challenged African intellectuals to tell Africa's story reflecting the realities on the continent. He said the continent may have fallen in a rut in its quest to catch up with the developed world.
This notwithstanding, there are a lot of positives which can be projected. The president was addressing the International Conference of African Studies at the University of Ghana at Legon in Accra. Conrad Kakraba reports.
The Institute of African Studies of the University of Ghana was established in 1961 and formally opened in 1963 by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. The institute is one of the earliest centers of African studies on the continent. The international conference climaxes the 50th anniversary of the Institute of African Studies and also celebrates the 65th anniversary of the University of Ghana. The conference had a theme revisiting the first International Congress of Africanists in a globalized world. It was a meeting of African scholars in various disciplines, political leaders, literary and cultural giants, students among others, who shared ideas on how to reawaken the African Renaissance and spur on enlightenment and development of the continent. The director of the Institute of African Studies, Professor Akusia Adumaku-Ampofo, reiterated Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's objective of setting up the Institute of African Studies.
To what extent are our universities identified with the aspirations of Ghana and Africa? This institute, he asked us, must help to foster in our university and other educational institutions the kind of education which will produce devoted men and women with imagination and ideas who, by their life and actions, can inspire our people to look forward to a great future. We must regard education as the gateway to the enchanted cities of the mind, not only as a means to personal economic security and social privilege.
The UN Under-Secretary General and Executive Secretary of the Economic Commission for Africa, Dr. Carlos Lopez, who delivered the keynote address, charged African leaders to confront the challenges militating against development of the continent.
We must practice revolutionary democracy in every aspect of our life. Every responsible member must have the courage of his responsibilities, exacting from others a proper respect for his work and properly respecting the work of others. Hide nothing from the masses of our people. Tell no lies. Expose lies whenever they are told. Mask no difficulties, mistakes, failures. Claim no easy victories. If we can dream it, we can do it.
President John Mahama said African intellectuals should champion the crusade for Africa's renaissance.
There is hope shining once again. These days, most of the stories we are telling are laced with a silver lining. The challenge we face is to make our stories matter, to use them to empower ourselves and future generations. Our stories, the ones we study, the ones we tell and retell, must now be the definitive stories about us and the African continent. That is the challenge. It is a challenge that calls for the courage to dream and the courage to believe and to dare, the courage to envision and to fight, the courage to work, and the courage to achieve at the highest level of excellence.
It is hoped that this historic International Conference of African Studies will further the cause of the intellectual, cultural, and economic emancipation of Africa. Conrad Kakraba, GTV News, Accra.